Hey besties, welcome back to another video. Today is Thursday, but this video you're going to be seeing it on Friday. It's going to be ready for you guys on Friday. Babe's going to edit tonight to have it ready for you guys at 8 in the morning. So be on it, be on it.
You know what I'm doing? So I'm Giovanni.
I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the Hernandez Stamp Band.
So today, Babe is gonna take over on our story time. But I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna probably leave it. I'll see. Probably leave it. That was supposed for sure.
That was someone right
saying,
there.
Yeah.
Imagine that, like someone, like, because I'm about to say my story and like, could that be a good thing or could that be like?
Because I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Well, Phil, right now it should have not have fallen.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see it. We seen it.
You guys heard it,
though. We're seeing what we seen. You guys heard. And well, it's me, Babe,
And
Fantasma.
whoever's right here with us.
Exactly. Salute.
Salud. Let me prepare my drink real quick before I say the story.
So, like I was saying, Baby's gonna take over on the story time today. Anymore, Hell yeah, and it's gonna be a fire one. It's gonna be she'll let you guys know right now what's gonna be.
So
I don't drink, and Babe, she hasn't drank hard liquor or nothing like that in a while.
I don't drink hard
She'll
liquor.
drink beer once in a great while, and hard liquor, man, was like, it'll be rare.
Yeah.
We got a bottle there, but we don't.
We like to just collect them.
Collect them and or like different occasions, special occasions, you never know.
Yeah.
So she's gonna kick it off right now.
So the story time is gonna be about my childhood as I grew up. How was it for me as growing up? So I was born in LA to my mom and dad, of course. Did I say their names? I know. Okay.
As up to you as your story. I don't see why not. It's all gravy. They're all good. Nothing going on.
Yeah. My dad Johnny and my mom Juana. So I was born in LA. And wow. Okay, so I was born. First it was my brother Johnny. He was born first, obviously. I have in total of siblings. There's 6 of us. There's 3 girls and 3 boys. So Johnny, my oldest brother, he's oldest, so it was him. He's 3 years older than me. So it was him first, and then I came along. And then, well, I actually have 7, but I'm saying in the household, like where I'm about to tell you guys right now, there was only 6. But there's 7 in total. They're just, but in the household where I'm going to tell you guys right now, there was only 6. So I was born and I was living with my mom and dad up to I was 2 years old. 2 years old, then me and my brother were taken away from them.
It's all right. You gotta say as it is, speaking fast. It's all right. Trust, I have heard this story already, and I'll keep hearing it as many times, I'll keep hearing it, and I heard the story already, and as many times as wifey could say the story, it's always gonna be a breakdown. Why? Because it was the end of the day, she's a survivor, she's a warrior. But at the end of the day, when she was small, it was dramatic,
So we got taken away, and my grandma, which is my dad's mom, he took us in. She took us in. So yeah, so we were right there and stuff, and then after that, was born my brother Michael, and then as soon as my mom had him, well, as soon as my mom had the rest of my brothers and sisters, they were taken away automatically. So my grandma got all of us. The reason why She got all of us so that way we don't get separated and put in the system and all that.
You mean the 6 of you, right?
Yeah, the 6 of us. Oh, because there was my other sister Jasmine. Well, she was adopted by my uncle, which is my grandma's brother. So he took her in. So that's why I said there's 7 in total of us, but there was only 6 that my grandma.
She has her other siblings. She has other siblings, but right now she's mentioning, so there won't be no confusion, who was in the household at the moment, at that time,
Yeah.
back in the days.
So all of us, were right there, my childhood was kind of like, it was okay, and then it wasn't, like, it was hard. So we lived in LA until I was 6 years old, I believe. I looked this way because I wrote it down so I won't forget.
So right, they wanted.
Yeah.
So they write it down. It does not matter. Like, come on, comments are gonna be beautiful. The comments are gonna be respectful. Keep it respectful. I'm telling you right now. Keep it respectful. I'm not gonna. It is true. The fan band. When I say fan band, remember I'm talking about all you guys. Fan band has been looking out. They're like, man, don't go back and forth. And gracias, that is true. Though I'm not gonna be going back and forth on this one because that's babes, and I'm taking it personally. Also, if you guys gonna put something retarded right there in the comments, automatically, you're not gonna be seeing our channel. I'm gonna block your ass, So if I block you, it's because you put something retarded right there. So you gotta respect it, and you don't like it,
we stood right there when I was 6, and then we ended up moving to hold on, we're jumping to it. So being in LA up to I was 6, there was like a lot of trauma. I went through stuff, there was a lot of stuff. My mom and dad, like, they were just in and out of our lives. Like, there was months that we would go without seeing them, and like, obviously my grandma, she wanted the best for us, and obviously there were drug addicts and stuff.
I was not gonna say nothing because that's not my spot to say. That's on baby, to say it. So.
And my grandma, obviously, she didn't want us to see all that, and like, how can I say, like, trying to protect us, I guess, from.
She wanted to like get you guys out of that little circle.
Yeah.
Like all of that negativity and all that, like, to give you guys at least a chance in life. So.
Yeah. Like, we would have like little birthdays, there. My dad and mom went, I believe, like, from what I seen, I think like maybe what I remember is like one time, because I know I have a picture right there. So there was like maybe like one time and stuff, and then we from there we ended up moving to Ontario, and we moved there when I was we were right there in Ontario up to when I was a 4th grade. So when we were staying in Ontario, it was
the IU, right?
Yeah, it was like whatever, like that's when it was like whoa, like getting like too like crazy, like because it was like a house right here, and like we're neighbors with my aunt, which is my grandma's daughter. So we're like neighbors and stuff. And like when I would get in trouble and stuff, this part's funny. When I would get in trouble, like my grandma, like she would just send us. Well, I'll say us because it was just always me and my brother. So they would send us next door, and our punishment was to be in the wall.
What brother?
Michael. Me and him were always like, I don't know, like it was just, they had something against me and my brother because we were always there. Well, maybe because we were the oldest ones from my sister and down, because they were like more younger than me. Like, because I'm 6 years older than Marlene, so that's probably why they're like there was
an example.
Yeah. So we would get in trouble. So when we would go next door, they would have us in the wall, and like the wall is like the tip of our nose touching the wall with our hands behind our back, and for a long time, like for hours. I remember being in the wall for hours. We'll go be right there and stuff. And it was just crazy. And then like I remember one time like we went to school, me and Michael, and like we ended up leaving the school, and there was like a little market thingy, and and we went to, how I don't know, back in the days they had like the payphones and stuff.
Payphones.
Yeah,
Put a
and
cord on there.
yeah. And we called, but I guess we just said that, oh, there was a fire around the. We said there was a fire right there and stuff, and they're like asking us so many questions, like I don't know. So we hanged up, and then we called again, and like we did like 2 times, and then next thing you know, the cops got there and stuff, and then oh man, I was dying because like I knew what was gonna happen when I got to the house. Like it was like I was like, damn, I don't even want to go home. Like the cops ended up taking us back to the school. Then once they called my grandma, that was a
What was gonna happen? The chocolate?
hell no, not the chocolate. It was, I don't know,
Well,
way off. Like it was like crazy. Like so, yeah. That we got into split trouble by my grandma and stuff, and then um
so as every household, you guys know they get. I'm not gonna say only in the Mexican household because that's in every household. Si uno se porta mal if you're bad as a kid. I don't do it and I wouldn't do that, but le dan sus buenas manazos y esa, sus buenas nalgadas, sus chanclas voladoras and everything. But what babe's saying is that in her reality, in her spot, her place, it was like way off. When we say way off, like nalgadas, manazos, and eso, but like using stuff and all that.
yeah, like man, like I don't know if you guys remember, like the back scratcher. The it's like kind of like this color, like the door, brown. Yeah, we got hit with that. We got hit with anything that my grandma could grab. Anything, like she'll hit us with it.
I mean, to a certain point,
Not
it
a
could
bruise
be.
either.
I don't agree with it. Remember, to a certain point, it could be normal because that's how like we grow up. When I say we grow up, me from hearing it because I never been through that, but I'm gonna jump to that with the do But that's how kids are. Some are used to growing up to. But I'm sure with hers, it was like, bang, that's
Yeah. Yeah, so then after that, we ended up moving to Fontana. That's when I was gonna start 5th grade. So I was about maybe 9? No. Around there maybe? Yeah, so I think so. Yeah, from
Elementary.
there. Yeah, elementary. Yeah, so from there, I guess my grandma, what she wanted was to get farther away from my mom and dad. That's what it was. Like, and then like one time I do remember that my dad ended up going one time when we stayed at Montana. But then after that, I don't know, like it got like I didn't know nothing about him, not even my mom, like I didn't know nothing about them like after that. And in that household, living in Fontana, man, the only thing I know, like I hear like a lot of people that are like, oh, cooking and do like cooking videos and stuff. But to be honest with you, I was never taught how to cook. I was never taught that. What I was taught was to be in that kitchen, like to clean the kitchen, and like after everybody ate, be in the kitchen and like clean and all that. That's the only thing I was taught. I was never taught like to cook and all that. The little stuff I do know how to cook is I was taught on my own. And now that when I got with Babe, like, well, that's way off, but Google, like, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll help each other out. as far as the cooking, so then you're telling me that I don't know how to say it, or should I even be saying stuff like this, but I'm not saying nothing wrong. Rest in peace, your grandma, y gracias for, at the end of the day, for bringing you in, right? Bringing you in and raising you, but so you were only taught how to clean, like in a way, like for beneficial, like because they could have taught you how to cook and take your time, and they didn't teach you.
No.
I mean, that's the difference, that we're trying to, so you guys can see your story. That she came from a like messed up and childhood,
Just say like
she
a
didn't have her
broken
parents
home.
were broken home, trauma and all that. So
A lot of trouble.
yeah, she didn't have the chance to have her mom or papa there. So that's how it is in some households, so that's why. But one thing though, she's a survivor, she's a warrior, and like she said, like baby saying, now I have my kids, and they're not gonna go through that for nothing.
Yeah.
But on that topic, yeah, it's about baby, it's about her story. We'll leave that over there, but that wouldn't happen. Generations, they change and all that.
That's way different back
There's
then.
our era, and it ain't gonna go down like that. 100%.
And just was tough love because my grandma, like, it wasn't like, she was like old, not like old, but like she was at her age already, like older, so it wasn't really like showing like that. How can I say it? Like the love that first a child will want from their like loved ones and stuff, like a mom,
Like no
dad,
affection, stuff like that.
like no affection, like no, like it was nothing like that, like nothing compared to like what I hear when he would tell me his stories, and stuff. It was nothing like that. Like I wish I had that. I wish I was like had his mom as my mom, or like.
I mean, those are tough words right there. It's something major, it's sad for me to hear that. But in reality, like I be saying, now you have the chance, now you have the blessing to pass it to your kids. You know what I mean? There's people that be like, oh man, I've been through this. This is not the situation at all. I've been through this, I've been through that. And they try to blame the past, they try to blame the system, they try to blame, etc., whatever, because of things that they don't want to change, but babe right here, for a fact, she wanted that, now she has a chance to give that blessing to the kids. She didn't have affection and all that, now she'll pass it on. She didn't have like other things that she wished, like right now she said, I wish your mom was my mom. Those are tough words to hear. But I know what she means, I know exactly what she means. But at the end of the day, she's able to give that I wish that your mom was my mom to her kids.
Why try? Because it's kind of hard, like I tell him, like, like I wish I could do more. And
she's a great mom, and when you grow up and you're not really taught and you're not used to like that love, there's gonna be falls, or there's gonna be like your mind thinking that, well, I don't think I could do it, I don't think I could make, but at the end of the day, you've been through all that, like meaning you've been through this like tough situation. So I know by knowing that and having that in your mind, you're gonna make it happen for your own kids. And 100% that's how it happens. That's how it goes down. Even if babe says like something like, no, I don't. There's days I don't feel like a great mom and they're man. I'm sure everybody feels like who doesn't feel like that. If you say, oh no, yeah, I would feel like I'm the badass dad, the badass mom, I'm pretty sure you are. I'm not saying you're not, I'm not saying you're not, but there's gotta be days, that you probably feel tired, you're not feeling it, and kid will want to do something or something, you can't make it happen, You maybe, at the end of the day, when it comes up to the night, you're probably gonna feel like, man, I'm not the greatest, dad or mom, whatever. We have babe sees it like in the way how she was raised and all that. She was in a loving. I'm not gonna say that she wasn't in a loving. She wasn't in a household that she wished she could be in, where her mom or dad or at least one of them Grace at least one of them. That didn't happen to her. So if you're doing something bad, if you're using drugs, and you see this video, you better stop. Especially if you have kids.
Yes.
For that, I'm gonna leave it for another topic. But you see, especially if you have kids, because you don't want them growing up, or you don't want them going through all the trauma. Look at it. You don't want them going through all the trauma, so you're only thinking about yourself at the moment. If you're right there doing what you're doing, all that, I don't judge you. I'm not judging you. But if you have kids, even if you don't have kids, but if you have kids, think twice. At least try to stop at least, because it's not only about you. It's not affecting. It's not only about you. It's affecting your circle. So I'm just letting you know, like, perhaps she's been through a tough life and she left a few things behind. Well, she's already getting there, that she didn't leave it behind. But she also went placement and stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, I do want to say, because I put a childhood injury. I did have a childhood injury, kind of, in a way. I remember me and Johnny, my older brother, that was when we were like way littler. And he had bunk beds. And me and him, like, we used to wrestle a lot. And one time, like, he twisted my neck. Well, not twist my neck, but like, I don't know how to say it. Like, we're
wrestling.
Like, yeah, we were wrestling, and like, I don't know, like, my head went, like, I don't know, away. Like, I don't know how to say it, but like, I was like, I see, like,
dislocated a little bit.
Yeah, dislocated a little bit, and it was funny. And so my grandma took me to the doctor and stuff. My grandma, not my mom or my dad, my grandma. So she ended up taking me to the hospital and stuff, and they put a cast, whatever. And then the doctor, cast. And then the doctor was like, and who's responsible for this? I was like, my brother. They're like, where's he at? Well, he's in the house. Oh man, he was like, tell him, like, I don't know, I forgot what he told me, but he was like, man. And it was funny because, the gloves, he blew it up into a balloon, and yeah, he gave it. I remember that.
Oh, like a gift? Like,
yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah, because I was small, so yeah, he's like, here, I guess it's Friday in my
That's
day.
nice.
I don't know.
It was not on purpose, it was an accident, so that's
Yeah, it was an accident, yeah. And after that, he couldn't watch wrestling no more. My grandma prohibited him.
When it was WWF, not WWF.
Yeah. And my grandma prohibited him from watching that. So, yeah, that was another injury. Did I have my room growing up? No, I never had an own room. I had to share with my sister, because every house that we had got was a 3-bedroom. Now, obviously, one was for my grandma, one was for my brothers, and one was for me and my sister. Well, one of them, because it was just at the time Marlene, because Jay was still small and stuff. So yeah, I had to share my room. I think everybody, like, as growing up, I think everybody shares a room with their siblings or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. So let me cut Babe off right there a little bit. So, and I'm gonna be doing this while the story's going. So, like you were saying, like about our kiddos, they get sometimes you feel, but then again, like, it's good to have in mind, like, hey, I didn't ever have my room, but my kids do. You know what I mean? My kids have the chance.
How you say
reflect in life and
like a
get
lot.
like little and the good stuff only get like little flashbacks how it used to be, if it's not like a super traumatizing moment, if it has to be, and try like not to compare but see the positivity from the negativity that used to be back in the era, to the positivity to right now. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect as the least perfect person, but I am gonna tell you something. It ain't like back in the days. You know what I mean? It's not like back in the days, kids are happy. So what I'm going to is they have their room,
Yeah.
They have the chance to have their own room, to have their privacy, to watch their TV, their phones and stuff like that, etc. You know what I mean?
And I always get emotional. Like, I always get emotional when I'm talking to Babe and stuff. And I tell him, like, yeah, I wish this or that, this, and, like, stuff like that. And he just tells me, like, no, like, everything's gonna be okay and stuff like that. It's gonna be better.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. Like, some people could be like, man, you're exaggerating, or man, why do you feel like that, or man, why are you crying? What are you talking about? If your childhood was perfect, yeah, bueno, that's good, you know. I don't mean no. I'm not gonna tell you right here, like, man, only because you had a perfect child. But I'm just saying, like, if you don't understand why she's, crying, or you don't understand why she has a tear on her, obviously it's for a reason. You're not on these shoes, so if you're able to fit the shoes, you know where she's coming from. So obviously, like, when babe tells me all that, and I try to be like real, it's just it's facts. I'm not even like trying. I'm telling her like, oh no, I understand 100%. I'm not gonna knock that off. Maybe that you've been through this, or you remember like this other stuff. And yeah, like damn, But you also gotta reflect and be like, okay, but let me think about the moment. Like, look at your kids just without them not even knowing. Look at them when they're running to go charge a phone or something. Be like, excellent. I love my kids. You know what I mean? If only they knew what I've been through. But you know what? That's gonna stay in the past. There's a present. They ain't gonna go through.
I think it's just the trauma that someone goes through.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Not easy to say it, but like her, is the one going through it, has it in her mind and her heart. I'm right here speaking, like I'm saying. I could fit her shoes in a certain way.
Yeah.
Not all the way I could fit one shoe, You guys will know why when I say my story. I'll probably fit one shoe. Probably none. When it has to do with this, I won't even fit not even one shoe. So I'm going to take that back. I can't fit not even her sandals. Nothing. Because you guys will see you guys in the trip out on the story that I'm saying. This is her story.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, it's just hard, like, growing up the way I grew up and stuff. And I don't wish that on nobody.
No. Not even on the worst enemies.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you went to Ontario, and then you were like, whether you started 5th grade?
No, I went up to 4th grade.
4th grade, all right, elementary. And then from there, I was right there, like, as far as like school. Oh, you don't really like
the school? I don't really remember like really much. Like, I guess maybe the trauma is like blocks everything out of everything. Like, I don't remember like really much anything. I remember like we used to go to Texas a lot. Like, we used to go on a road trip because my aunt is over, my grandma's sister. So we would go over there like on vacation. We'll go on the bus on the El Paso.
Saludos a Texas.
The bus that goes to Texas. It says right there on the bus.
Greyhound?
No, not the Greyhound. It's
Old
a different
school
bus.
one?
Yeah, I think so. And it was like being in that bus. Like, oh my god, it was like crazy because I think it would take like 2 days to get over there. I think. Yeah, I think like 2 days. Because we will get it. Yeah, we will get it at Colton. We'll get the bus in Colton and go from there. But we'll go there and we'll go. It was like those memories I remember. Like, oh man, my aunt's house. Oh, it was like hella scary. That house.
I heard those good stories.
Yeah, it's like hella scary. Her house is haunted.
I love the scary ass stories.
Her house is haunted and stuff, and because it was crazy because there was not really that much houses. So it was like her house right here in the corner, another house over here in the corner, and then another house right here in the corner, and like that. And then everything was like nothing around. And we lived, myself again. She lived next to the freeway and stuff. And when we would go, it was like snowing at the time. So we would like make snowmen and like, or we would go like on the top of the freeway. It'd be bad. Oh man. But yeah, those memories I do have, like good memories. Yeah. Like I guess I have good memories right there.
So you see, I'm gonna bring you back a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing this a little bit. So you had the chance to touch snow, right?
Yeah.
You had the chance to make a snowman and put their nose, eyes, and all that, right? Would you use Oreos or
No.
rocks or something like that? A carrot? Oh, no, right. So you have that beautiful chance. Your kiddos haven't even touched snow, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you kind of think about it, there's ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it's all like leveled up, so be like, but I've been through all the door. I was able to touch, to some people could be like, it's okay, but that means a lot, like, why it means a lot because my kids are all weak. I was always to be like, I never touched,
Oh yeah. It
Right?
takes
Never ever touched,
I never touched it. Oh, that's nice.
One day it was right here, like literally right under the roof. Like, I'm gonna
yeah.
say it was snowing, but I know it was not snowing right in Tijuana. But it was literally like, not only ice, pero era like literally como nieve.
Granizo, ¿no?
It was,
Granizo, ¿no?
I seen granizo jaures, but that did not look like no granizo. Like literally like, pero some people went whang, like throwing like snow. But at the end of the day, I know it was granizo, it was not snow. At least they were able to touch that. That's as close as they'll get to the snow. One day, like I said, I will take, like I tell them, I'll take them to touch the snow, but there's another reflect, they've never touched snow. They feel with doubts, it could be something so simple, but to them it's
Something
a lot, you had a chance and that's beautiful. Oh, another thing, what are you eating?
Oh.
Hey,
Tostilocos?
Tostilocos de Tijuana. Provecho, provecho.
Yeah.
Oh, good one. I will take one. You can't eat it, right? Eso siempre me enseñó mi carnal. Sergio, si te ofrecen, acéptalo.
You want juice?
Cosas buenas. Ya para todo dicen que sí. No.
¿Quieres un beso?
Eso siempre. Aunque no me ofrezcan eso, yo mismo me aviento por un beso.
My Starbucks cut. And
So, like, at what age you had your first? Oh no, you want to go to a place?
No, tell me.
No.
Tell me.
Okay, at what age you had your first like electronic or something like that? I had to ask. I have to ask.
Never.
Do your kiddos have an electronic?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I never had a phone.
And I do this nomás because I'm trying to like help out. Like I'm not. No one's gonna knock her off by. She's been through what she's been through. Period. In puntos. But I think it could give you a little possibility. Hopes, 100% faith. But I got my kiddos. Hell yeah, están entrados en a computer. And the phone, like I said.
I have my kids something my mom and dad never had.
That can talk. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Well, babe said right now, that's the first thing I should have asked him. But goodly, I didn't say it came off of her. Stuff and then I understand. Goodly, I didn't say it came off of her. Main thing, school electronics, school material, all that. Babe has her kids. She's raising them beautiful, perfect, like good. You know what I mean?
With the help of baby.
Aquí andamos a la orden. She's raising them. We're raising them. She didn't have that chance. But at the end of the day, she has her kids. We tried. She's trying, and I'm pretty sure we're doing a good job. So, congrats. She has her kids, and that's better than material, right?
Yeah.
The reason I say that she has her kids because she's been through a tough life. So that's all.
Yeah. So, I went to graduated elementary, went to middle school, graduated middle school, got trauma middle school as well.
Yeah, what?
Trauma middle school as well. I mean, not in school, but in that era, in the house era.
Not in the household.
Not in the household, but
family
in
members.
like a circle.
That will stay behind scenes. But yeah, that's very trauma.
Graduated middle school, and then once I went to 9th grade high school, that's when all the, I don't know, I guess like everything like was coming down. I'm not gonna lie, like before that, like my other aunt, like she'll pick us up on the weekends or whatever and take us to the mountains, go camping and stuff. It was like she had RV and stuff. But I don't know, like I don't know.
Which aunt, the one that you mentioned earlier? Or another aunt?
No, a different one.
Oh.
Yeah, another aunt.
I mean, those are good. At the end of the day, those are good memories that you would remember.
Yeah, she would take us camping and stuff. And then, yeah, when I hit ninth grade and stuff, it was like, I don't know, like I wanted to do like, I guess like a teenager, you know, like wanted to hang out with friends and stuff like
The
that.
normal stuff.
And I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed. My grandma prohibited all that and stuff. And I didn't like it. And I would like, oh my God, one time, my grandma didn't let me go to school. She told me I was not going to go to school the next day. And I was like, all right, okay. So my room was right here, and you walk this way, and her room's right here. So her bed is right here where you can see my bed at. So she was on me. But I got up the next day, and so quietly. And my brother was Johnny. He already had went to school.
Typical.
So he went to school because we're already going to the same high school. He was already what, 11th grade? I think? Yeah, because he's 3 years older than me. So yeah, I was.
So he was probably like 16, 15, 16.
Yeah, probably like 16. Yeah. So he already had left to school. So I was like, okay, like now it's my turn to get up because I wanted to go to school.
So you were like
Freshman.
not a freshman.
Yeah, I was a freshman. And I just waited till my grandma turned her back on me, like to turn the other way, and I got a hose so quick and got my backpack and left and opened that door and ran all the way to my friend's house. And it was
Forrest run.
distance. It was a distance, but I ran like
At Forrest Gump.
yes. And I went to my friend's house and like from there, did I go to school again? No, I just stood in her house because I don't know. I just had the feeling that my grandma was going to show up at school and pull a scene or something. I was not about to get embarrassed, you know, and stuff like that. So, and then, but when I went to the house, woo, man, I was scared to go home, and I got my ass whooped. It didn't matter how old was I, still got. I got hit bad, like super bad, like. I'm not gonna lie, like at that day, like I was not even able to eat that day, dinner.
What do you mean, like you got hit so hard you were not able to eat?
No, like I was not able to eat dinner. So I didn't eat dinner. She had me go to the room, stay, until everybody was finished dinner.
Or empty stomach.
Yeah, and I had to wait until everybody was finished dinner and already going to their rooms, and that's when I was able to get out of my room and go to clean the kitchen, the dishes and all that. And if I didn't wash the dishes right, she'll grab them and throw them back, and I have to wash them again. And that was a couple of times.
So when you mean like grab them and throw them, you literally mean like throw them or just like the same?
No, it's the same. Like she'll like go like this and smell them, or she'll see something
she'll,
like
like,
that,
toss it
and she'll just put it back right there. Like, and I want to be able to go to sleep into everything. The whole kitchen was clean.
I mean, they disobey, but that's not the way to like
Yeah.
regañarlos, you know, like not in my book, you know what I mean?
And then from there I was just like I was just not caring no more. Like I was just getting punished for no reason and stuff. So
You know why I think because you didn't have that like father, you didn't have that mom, you know, you didn't have that like to look up to and que te diga was your grandma used to tell you what's good for bad and all that. Oh, my regañarte. Like when she'll like
no, she was
punish you, she'll punish you and she'll tell you like it's because I'm doing this because I love you, but no. Okay, well you needed that, you know, you needed that grown person, that father figure, mother figure to put you maybe in the wall, you know, like for a few minutes and then afterwards talk to you because I do this because of this and then you don't listen, there's gotta be consequences, you know, there's gotta be castigos and all that. You can't don't let your kids get away with everything. I'm not saying that either. But also like cuando los regañes, you know, when you put them on punishment, also talk to them and be like, it's because of this, because I love you. If I would not love you, you know, I would have been like, do whatever you want. I could give rats, says, you know. But that's what I'm asking. Did your grandma at least try to talk to you or be like, let me guys stay like,
that's what I'm saying. Like she taught us tough love because it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. I can't fit in the shoes, so you see. Tough love.
So I started running away I started running away and stuff. And one time,
So the first age you ran away, already came back, you were like, you said like 14 something like that? But
Yeah.
when you go to
And
ninth grade, you were like 14,
Yeah.
13, going on 14, right?
Yeah.
So you were maybe in the 13, but now you were 14.
No, I was 14.
Okay, you were 14. So I'm not gonna say that's where it all started, but also maybe at the age where it started the rebellious,
Yeah.
teenage. So,
Yeah. And
so you got whooped and then you did it again?
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and then like I wouldn't go home until like a couple of days. And it's funny though because where I will be at, it'll be like there's apartments, like little like units. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8 units, little units, and I would just be right there because my friend lived across the street from my house. So I would just stay right there and just not leave, and I'll just be right there for a couple of days until I was ready to go home. And I knew I was gonna get hit anyway, so
A
might
couple
as
of
well
days
make
where?
it. Stay at my friend's house.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was staying at my friend's house. Like I wouldn't leave because if I
And
would
you're saying it
leave,
was right there within like those apartments?
yeah,
And your grandma didn't know, she had an idea, or she didn't
no,
have
she didn't know.
Because if not, she would have gone to the school for sure.
Hell yeah, she would have got me from the fucking hairs. And
Don't run away.
yeah, I couldn't like go anywhere because if I were to leave out the apartment, my grandma's house was in the front, so there was no way that she was not gonna be able to see me because you could see right there. So I was staying until I was ready, like to go to the house. Then I went, but then one time, like I never went back, and that's when I got in trouble.
How old were you when you say you never went back?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I got
The what?
that's when I
Yeah, she's an adult. The reason we go like that, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna take it out. But I'm gonna give you guys a little hits of something. Like when I say my stories, when Babe says her stories, we're not gonna say something. Well, mostly me, because I'm gonna say the same thing I'm gonna say right now in another video. I'm gonna be truthful on what I say because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm deported, as you guys know already, and I'm not gonna fuck that up. I'm not gonna fuck that up. If in the future I want to fix something, even though I'm deported for life, but if the laws could change, you just never know. So I'm gonna watch on what I say. I'm gonna keep it facts. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna leave a lot of things behind that I can't be put in the internet. When I say my thing, so that's why they came right now and she was like, "Do I say like this?" Or say it. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I got in trouble with the law. It was nothing serious, so nothing serious.
She won't mention what it was, but it's
Yeah.
so petty.
Yeah, so little. That I ended up doing 5 months. That's it, 5 months, and then from there,
I mean, 5 months, 5 months.
Oh.
So you were 14?
Yeah.
I mean,
and I was scared. I was
5
scared.
months, everybody's scared. Who wasn't scared when they go in first? But yeah.
So I ended up going there, and then after when I was in the jail or whatever, I ended up coming out, but I ended up going to a boys and girls club, which was only for like maybe a month. Because I had like that age, I already had like a social worker, like. Because, since my grandma, like, sold us out and stuff, we had a social worker because we're obviously that's actually being in the system, like if you have a social worker that you're in the system already, so, So, I was in the Boys and Girls Club, and then from there, the social worker came and picked me up, and because she already had a placement for me, a placement with this, all girls and stuff, so, she ended up taking me to the basement or whatever.
Just quick. Is she the foster mom that you mentioned, or that's where you met your foster mom? You know how you say
Oh, my play mom?
play mom said this?
Yeah.
So it's not foster mom?
No.
Or
My
is it her
play
mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My play mom. Yeah.
Play mom, okay, well, those that relate will know. I don't know nothing about them because I never been through that, But I'm also learning right here.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold up, go back. Skirt. Okay, so after the Boys and Girls Club, I had went into a foster home.
Okay, that's where I got it right.
Okay, I went to a foster home.
And why you went to a foster home?
Well, because I couldn't go back to my grandma's house because I was already rebellious, so she didn't want me to go back.
Okay.
So I went to a foster home. The foster home was in La Puente. So I was in a foster home. I went to school, but it was all gravy in that foster home and stuff because it was only me. So
hold on. From LA to the IE, now to La Puente, the foster home.
I mean Baldwin Park.
Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Boys and Girls Club was in Long Beach.
Oh.
It was Long Beach. And then when I went to the foster home, it was in Baldwin Park. So I was in the foster home, and it was just only me. Everything was good, it was great because I was the only person there. And then she ended up getting someone else, another girl. Man, that was yes, because she was like showing her like mass, and stuff like that. And like I was like, damn, like she put me to the side, I start con ella, so I was like, man, fuck this shit. So I started like doing like staying at the school late and going home late, And one time I went back to the house and there was the social worker was right there. I'm like, what the fuck? And she was like, the social worker was like, oh yeah, oh no, this is a chick. I was gonna say the bitch. The foster mom already had all my shit packed up.
But hold on, did she help you? You were being rebellious, bro. Be honest.
Well, because ever since the other
she
girl,
gave her attention,
yes, yes.
But it was only because of that. But she was still like a great person.
Before that, when it was just only me, and then it was just like, yeah, that girl stood right there with her. So the social worker is like, oh, the foster mom already had my clothes up, or whatever happened, and I'm like, where am I going to? Like, oh, she doesn't want you no more and stuff like that.
Did you pissed her off?
No, because I was already going home late, and I was just staying at school and stuff and whatever. So after that, then she was taken to the placement. That's when I was taken to placement. And
14, right?
The placement was in Laverne, by San Dimas and all that. That's it. By San Dimas and that. Yeah. So I was there, and I was there from I was 14 all the way to I was 18. But within that period of time, like the first couple of weeks, I called my grandma and I told her like, oh, can you please like give me another chance, like I'll listen, just please take me back. And she went the next day to get me. She talked to the worker, my social worker, and she went to go pick me up. And then I went to her house and I messed it up again and was picked up and took it back to the placement again. And ever since then, I didn't come on. I stood in the placement.
For 4 years?
For 4 years. And at the first time when I got there, I was like bad. Like I didn't want to be there. Like I was cussing out the staff, like being just bad, Until I turned like 15. Until I turned 15, then I was like, okay, calm me down, because I was like, what is it gonna do for me to like keep being bad and stuff if I don't be here until I'm 18?
But you were already getting adapted to reality, knowing that you're gonna be there, regardless that you can't go back with grandmas.
Yeah.
With your moms, that raised you, grandmas, so you were already facing reality.
Yeah. And right there was like, whoa, like I would say I was loved by the staff because they were the ones showing love and stuff. And
shout out to the staff.
Yeah. And at 15 I started working in the cafeteria. I got a job at 15 in the cafeteria.
With your little bonito and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And serving in there and stuff. So, but like whatever we made, they taught us how to save, like whatever. And for my check, I only got like 10%, either 5 or 10% for my check, and the rest was to go in my savings account. So when I get out, I come out with money. So that was a good thing because they taught us how to save money. And in there, like every month they would like give us an allowance, like if we do good for the whole week, if we do our chores and stuff. Oh, that's how I knew kind of like a little bit how to cook, because each girl like had their chores, and one of the chores is cooking for everybody in the household for a whole week. So say like this week it's my turn to cook, so I had to cook Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But it's a trip because that whole week I would just cook the same shit because I still didn't know like really like how to do it.
And what was it?
Enchiladas.
I should have said it before you said that. I should have said, don't tell me it was enchiladas.
Enchiladas, yeah.
She knows how to make it. Wow.
So I made some enchiladas. So yeah, so it was just like, and then from there, like I got a job when I was 16 at McDonald's. And
16?
Yeah, 16. I started working at McDonald's.
So that means that 14. So you've been there already 2 years?
Yeah.
A year and a half, like 2 years? And how was it like? Did it go like slow, fast when you turned 16? It was at first it was like getting used to adapt to it, and then once you adapted to it.
Yeah, it was cool because like I got along there with all the girls and stuff. Like there was, yeah. It was,
So you were like looking at reaching for that love, even if it's not a relative, but they gave you love and they were showing you how to do things. That's what you wanted.
they would take us out. Like they did. Like when we used to get in trouble, like they used to we used to. It depends if it was something big. They would take all our stuff out from our room and put like everything. And we were only to get 7 clothing for each day. And that's the only thing that we'll have in our room. Everything, they'll take everything away, our privileges, everything away. And we were to get in trouble. But we learned from that, you know, like we wouldn't like get in trouble because obviously who's gonna want their stuff taken away? Like if you had a radio, they take your radio away and stuff like that. Your clothes, like who that's clothes, you know, like
But when they'll take it away, they'll tell you why they take it away, and they'll give it back to you.
within a week. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
And we wouldn't
If
get
they're being
allowance.
bad, it's common sense. They're gonna take it away and they give it back to them.
And it was fun. I loved it because we used to go on outings. Like every weekend, we used to go on outings. Like all of us in the house would like say we all had to agree on where we want to go. So we will agree like, oh, this weekend go to Santa Monica Pier. Oh, this weekend let's go to the mall and walk around.
And
Oh,
how
this
many
weekend-
were you?
in our house? It was 2, 4, 5, 6.
While you count, and
6.
also she still has contact, right, with some of these
Oh yeah.
girls, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like 20 some years.
If you girls watch this video, salute, survivors, warriors, you know.
20 plus years still in contact with my girls. So yeah, there was 6 of us because in 2 rooms there's 2 beds, and if you're privileged, you get a room by yourself.
I was gonna ask that right now. But
Yeah, so you get a room for yourself, and like since I was doing good, I got a room to myself. So yeah.
Must be nice. So we're gonna go back a little bit to it. So you did say you never had your room, right? But once you think about it, be like, damn, I know I didn't have my room. I didn't have the chance. I didn't have my parents. I did have a grandma, but I was being kind of bad. But then again, I didn't like the way I was being treated, you know, stuff like that, you know. But I did end up in a home that they were not my relatives or family, but they acted like family. They were treating me like family relatives. And I did have my.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And the thing, I think that counts more than of your own kid having your own room, because that's the responsibility from the parent. I'm not saying they gotta have their own room. However, for instance, you know, if there's no rooms, you gotta share and that's it.
Yeah.
But she earned it. She earned her room. She worked for it. She earned it, right? You were being good. I'm pretty sure you were being good when they gave you a room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you earned your room. So to me, that counts more than your kid having the room and all that. Counts more because you earned it.
So, so I stood until I was 18, and then while you're only able to stay until you're 18, but I was already going to be close to graduating, so I turned 18 in February, and normally you graduate in June. So they just let me. They're like, "Oh, well, she's going to graduate anyway. Just let her stay until she graduates."
And you know why they did it? I don't know why they did it. You know, I'm pretty sure you were gonna. They also did it because they were like, hold on. If we let her go if we let her go right now, there's gonna be a chance, slim chance maybe, but there's a chance that she might not graduate. Because right now she's focusing in school, right? When you were right there. So if we let her go, maybe she's not gonna focus. So that's good.
Yeah.
So proud to the homemade.
And it's funny because they wanted me to do a speech in front of everybody. I'm like, no, like
When you
why?
graduated?
Yeah, because I was kind of like the oldest, like not the oldest, but like the OG from there because I stood there I was there for like the longest, you know, from everybody because they were coming and going, coming and going.
Oh, gee.
So they wanted me to do a speech. So I was like, oh, all right then, you know. So I was up there on the stage and I was already reading it, and after I read like a couple of words, like I couldn't do it. Like I just started breaking down and crying. And the only one that was right there in my graduation was the one person I wanted to be, and that was my grandma. And she was there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I know everybody has their flaws, maybe te regañó like in a way that you still don't understand, you know, we won't understand. But at the end of the day, we gotta remember her grandma, when they were babies, she accepted them, she brought them in. Yeah, maybe like they were not like raised like how she would wish, you know, how it should be. But
My grandma's my
it's her grandma, and then as a teenage, she was being bad. She had to go to a home, but she was given another chance to come back. And obviously, like, you messed that up again, right? She had to go back. But I mean, your grandma showed a lot too. She still gave you the other chance, you know, you went back. And then who was that one person right there? That's what counts a lot too. When you graduated, who was that one person? Your grandma. Because she loved you.
Yeah.
Maybe she showed it in a different way because I don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't know what your grandma's been through. You know, probably been through the same. So her love, the way she shows it, you know, it's in a different way. You know what I mean? Like self love, like you say. So maybe I don't know. I don't know your grandma. You know, rest in peace. You know, I never met her, but we don't know what she's been through. You know what I mean? At least I could say she tried, and she gave you chances. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And uno de teenager. La nega, you know, hace sus cosas, but at the end of the day, she was right there holding it down.
Yeah.
And this part, I didn't think I knew it, right? Like your grandma was right there when you graduated. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, super beautiful. She was the only one out of everybody.
Well, between my mom and dad.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And I'm pretty sure siblings.
Well, Michael and Jason. I don't know Marlene. I think Marlene was the most.
But as far as like grown up, you know, like
Yeah, my grandma.
holding it down. And when you broke down the speech, it's because
I broke down because
you seen
like,
her or because like
no, because when I was reading, you know, like because I was reading like obviously they helped me out, you know, like you know, but I was reading because I knew where I came from and I knew how far I came. That was the reason why. So when the staff ended up reading it, and she was basically saying, man, like when the rain got here, like she was bad, like she was like telling, like she was basically telling everybody, like she was rebellious, like she would run away, she was doing this, and to see her as a young lady now, like that, she grew a lot from when she got here. That's what it was. So that's why I was like, oh my god, like I couldn't do it, like especially seeing my grandma.
that would be beautiful if you would have had that paper as well. Because that is right there, like
I have my picture from graduation.
that's golden right there. To me, that paper what you wrote right there is golden because you made it. You know, you made it, and they know you made it, and that's why they put you as an example to all the girls could see. You know, if she could do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So yeah, so you're 18 at the moment when you gave the speech. Your grandma is right there. The only adult sit your mom's. I say mom's because she considered the grandma like a mom, right? So she was right there. And then from there, I don't know if you remember that day or from there what happened. Like,
From that day, I ended up going home because I graduated. So I went.
so she accepted you back home?
Yeah, 'cause I was
That's
ready.
another, you see?
Yeah, because I was ready to adult.
I mean, you could be an adult in it, but she accepted you back home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That
I
would be
went to
even more
the-
of a thing for her to say, no, you can't come back because you're an adult. She still accepted you back home. That's beautiful.
No. Yeah, I
To
went
me-
back with her and stuff. She was already like
Oh,
sick. Yeah. Basically, my story is that I never had a mom and dad. Now I talk to my mom a lot. I have a good communication with my mom. My dad, on the other hand, is he's another story. Like he's just
I think that one you could save it probably. or like that's up to you. That's your personal space. That's your personal life. Like when it has to do with your pops, you could The reason I say it could be another story because maybe somebody's going through the same thing, and maybe they'll hear you out, and maybe they'll be like, "Damn, I'm not the only one going through this." There's another female, there's another young lady, there's another person going through the same thing I'm going through. That's what I'm saying. But her pops.
Yeah, I'll just leave that for another story too.
Yeah. So I don't know the respect to no one, but it's gonna be let know how it is, reality. When I say mine, I'm gonna say how it is. Baby saying hers, just how it is, leaving nothing behind. Thanks, son.
Sorry about that.
My phone ringing just like you.
So my story is like this trauma. I had a trauma in my childhood.
Trauma. You didn't have the love you were looking for, and not really looking for, but you didn't have the chance to even know what really love is.
Yeah.
That's what sometimes you tell me. Like sometimes it's hard because this is like.
I didn't tell
When we
you,
first started talking, right? I don't know about this. I don't know about like love. Yeah, I could say I love you, but at the end of the day, like I didn't grow up like love. Yeah, your grandma loved you. She showed it, but you didn't see it by action. But at the end of the day, she did. She does love you. She did love you, and you know what? I think you see the love a lot when you went to that home. That they show you love. And I don't know if you want to put out there or was it the name of the home? Did you mention it or you?
Oh yeah, it's called David and Margaret.
Oh.
Yeah, when I grew.
And it was all gravy right there.
Oh yeah.
Shout out for sure.
Nothing but girls.
Well, shout out to the ones that were in charge right there, right?
Yeah.
Well, to me it was a beautiful story because it ends beautiful. Because at the end of the day, the reason I say it ends beautiful. She's able to give all that she didn't have as a child to her kids, And like I say, I feel easily say what I'm saying right now not because I haven't been through it, but even though I know I haven't been through it, I feel easy to say it, but only she knows what she goes through in her mind, her heart, So sometimes it's common sense. She's gonna break down and all that because she's the one that's been through it. I'm the one just saying it. She's the one that's been through it, but she's able to give all that to her kids. And to me, that's a chance in life, that's hope, faith, beautiful, something beautiful. You can't take that away from home. Yeah.
Hopefully, I explained myself, and hopefully, you guys understood, and you guys could relate. I guess,
yeah, you guys could relate.
Or if you guys been through it, comment down below,
And you know what? Spencer, I'm gonna put the email again because if you guys could relate.
Send me a message.
If if maybe you've been through a home also without girls, all that, and you could relate to babe, send her an email, and maybe there's wherever you live, you guys can shop it up, talk and all that, and to me, all that helps. It could help.
Yeah, because
you're not the only one in all this.
Trauma, PTSD, depression, all that.
And believe me. If you sit down and say this to me is not nothing, it's because we're just telling you probably 20% of it. We're not telling you the whole story because we're not gonna do that.
There's more details.
Respectfully, we're not gonna do that, But there is trauma. I'll tell you that much, But that we're gonna leave it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna throw nothing. I'm gonna say. But you wanna say?
If you guys know what real trauma is, maybe you guys will know.
But yeah, so they grew up in this has nothing to do with the environment, with the household, She grew up with her parents, a loving grandma that at the moment she didn't see that love back, but her grandma had a big heart, had the love, but she demonstrated in a different way. Probably her old ways, I don't know, I can't speak on it. But at the end of the day, damn, that was beautiful. I didn't know that your grandma was standing right there when you graduated. To me, that's something huge. It shows a lot because you say what you've been through and everything. But at the end of the day, she was the only one right there. She brought you in, and she was right there, and she still brought you when you were raised. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed Babe's childhood story in the household, how it was, and comment down below, to just comment if you guys could relate. Comment, leave a nice comment to Babe, like something positive. And yeah.
Right here, Babe is gonna put the email right here on the screen.
Yeah.
So you guys could.
Right now it's gonna be right here where the LA is at.
Yeah. So that way, if you guys could relate and you guys still want to talk, send me an email.
These friends are being unprofessional at my phone again. And girls probably I don't know. So if you guys took this long to watch her baby, you know what? Babe got down big time. She broke the record. An hour, passing the hour. God damn, that's beautiful. You know what? That's beautiful. You pass the time, she broke the record. And that's something beautiful because the reason I'm saying that because you didn't want to do it at first. It's not that she didn't want to do it.
It's because I knew how I was going to break down.
Camera shy, and she was like, man, but do I really
I just didn't want to
show this tears and all that?
Crying,
or maybe what are people going to put in the comments? Yo le dije, don't worry about that. If you want, don't even see the comments,
Or was I going to be able to say a story or just be crying?
Yeah. Because people be on some bullshit.
Yeah.
But they can don't even, I'm going to go through the comments, I'll block whoever I got to block. But I know there's going to be no negativity. Because I know everybody's better than that. Even if you're not, I know you're better than that. Homie, homegirl, whoever. But yeah, enjoy your, I was going to say enjoy your takis. Enjoy your, Tostitos, babe. Your little, bottle, what are you drinking? Bucanas. She also has right here some gummies, some Tijuas gummies, the soda enjoy, and well, we're gonna end it like that. And you know what? I thought I should have been the one reaching to my baby and giving her a baby. A big like a barrel. I love you, babe, and we got this. You got this, and you got it under control. This time I'm gonna get up to stop it so you can enjoy it.
So if you guys
like the queen you are.
If you guys aren't subscribed to our channel, join our family, our fam bam, like, comment, and share. Let this story get out there so you can relate if someone else is going through the same thing.
It will go out there.
Thank you for showing love, homegirls.
Muchas gracias to all the viewers. Muchas gracias, agradecen. We're gonna end it like that.
Bye.
So tap in and we'll end it like this.
You guys remember the thing that felt?
You know what's a trip? There's a big chance I think that your grandma, your mom's, when I say grandma, is your mom, was right here with you saying, I got you. Say your story.
Love you, Grandma. I miss you so much.
Tell her whatever you want.
No, because then I'm going to start crying.
It's perfect. I mean, speak your mind.
And I'm going to have Babe put a picture of my grandma and me so you guys can see. That's when I was
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
18, so you guys can see when I... Okay?
Look, I'm going to show you guys right now. I haven't touched nothing what fell. You guys want to know what fell? Cigarettes and a lighter. The reason I'm saying that cigarettes and a lighter, your grandma used to love what?
Cigarettes. And I think those are the ones too. I think.
There.
She likes the marbles gray.
There it goes.
She was with us in this video. And I didn't mention it. She passed away in 2006 of cancer.
Rest in peace.
Breast cancer, and the cancer spread all over her body.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
En paz descanse.